Hi, authors. This is Miss Heath, and I am here to introduce a brand new Writers Workshop unit to you. And I think you're going to be really excited. So, are you ready to hear what we're going to write about? Okay, we are going to act like we are scientists, and we're going to write like actual scientists. So, I want you to think, what is a scientist? What does a scientist do? Well, a scientist likes to make observations about things that they study. And we are going to do that, then we're going to write about them, okay? So here's what I need you to do. You are going to have to listen to me, give you a list of things you need to gather, and then you're going to pause the video and go gather all of those things. Then you can start it again for the actual Writer's Workshop lesson. Are you ready? The first thing you're going to need is a container. So just like at school, we have a Writer's Workshop bin. So you have to grab a container that you can have all of your things in, okay? So that could be if you have an Easter basket, if you have a bag or a box. I'll show you what I found, okay? Now mine is really big because it's just something I brought from school. So this is my container. It's very big, but that's because I have to hold all the things for the whole class. So you need a container first, okay? The second thing you need to do is find a pen. Now, we sent home a bag with pens in them. If you can find a pen, it will be best because then you don't have to sharpen it like a pencil. So let me look and see if I can find a pen. I'm searching. Oh yeah, here it is. I found a pen. So put your pen in your Writer's Workshop bin, okay? There you go. So now we have a bin and a pen. The third thing we need is paper. Now, we sent home some fancy paper in your yellow folders, but guess what? You don't need fancy paper like this that tells you it's a book in order for you to write a book. No, you can use any paper that you can find around your whole house, and that'll work. So, a bin, a pen, and paper. Those are the three things you need. Let me show you what I found, okay? Oh man, look at my paper. I found colored paper. It's even crinkled up, but that's okay. It'll still work. I could use this if I wanted to write. I could fold it in half, or I could keep it whole, however you want to do that. I also found some scrap paper from the beginning of the year. I could just turn it over and use the back side of it to write. Or if you have computer paper, that would work too. I also have so many of these notebooks sitting around, and these would work great because I could just open them up to a blank page, and I could use this for my own writing. See how I have all these lines there? You don't have to worry about even writing on the lines. You can use whatever paper you can find for this kind of writing. So make sure that you gather those things. So go ahead and hit pause on here. I want you to grab a bin, a pen, and paper. Ready, set, go. Welcome back. I hope that you have your writing bin, your paper, and your pen. Now you're ready to listen to the next part of the Writer's Workshop lesson. In this part of the Writer's Workshop, I'm going to give you another task. Today, you're going to be going out and gathering materials. Now, since we're acting like scientists and we're going to write like scientists, I want you to gather different materials from nature. Now, you'll have to ask a family member to help you with this, or an adult to observe you as you go out and gather the materials. I'll show you what I came up with. I picked a little Easter bag that I had left over from the weekend, and I went outside and I found different things like sticks and leaves and flowers. I think I even got a dandelion in there and some bark from a tree. Oh, I even see some grass. I collected a whole bag full of things from nature that I found interesting. That's your next job. Now that you have all your materials for Writer's Workshop, you're going to go out in nature, if you have permission, and get all the materials, gather them all up, and put them in a bag. Okay? go ahead, hit pause, grab your materials, and join me when you're all done. See you in a minute. All right, now that you've got all of your writing materials and all your materials from nature for us to write about, you're ready to learn. Here we go. So today I want to teach you that writers are like scientists, okay? So they notice things. As they're walking, they notice things that most people would just walk right past. But writers, they stop and they look closely. And they jot down their observations onto their paper. They write their thoughts and they draw pictures like an illustrator. And they want to capture every single detail. Then they write to teach others about what they notice, okay? So here's where you're going to get your paper. Whatever paper you choose is just fine, okay? Now, I'm going to reach down in my bin and I'm going to pull out my orange paper because I have it handy. And I'm going to need my paper. I'm going to need my pen. And I'm going to need my materials. So, here's what we're going to do for our teaching book. Remember when we did show and tell? Check it out. When we did show and tell, we had to look and think, then we had to draw. After we did our drawing, we did some writing. Then we added more. So those are your steps too. So look and think about your objects that you collected from nature, and then begin to draw them. Let's do this together. Are you ready? All right. Now, I found this really neat stick. Do you see that? That's one of the things I found in nature. So, what I could be doing is I could give my book a title because I know I want to write all about nature. I'm going to give it a title. I know how to spell nature. 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 See that? All right, here it is. Here's my stick. So I could use this to draw on the front of my book because it says look and think and then draw. Now, all I have is my pen, but some of you actually might have some different things like crayons, or maybe you have like colored pencils, right? And that's pretty neat if you do have those things. I have those, but not with me yet. So first, I'm just going to worry about drawing my picture because I was looking and thinking and now I'm noticing things. This is just like the beginning of the year for show and tell. So there is my stick. So I drew that first and now I want to write. So let's try to write the word stick. That's S. I know that one. St, t, t, t. I, yes. It, k. Oh, I know CK at the end is going to say k. So I wrote the word stick. What are some other things I found in nature? Let's see. Oh, I found this. This is a very small stick. Oh, I know this one is pointy. That other one wasn't pointy. This came from a pine tree. I know what I could call that one a twig. So now I'm going to try to draw one. That one looks a little bit different than the other one because it's very like pokey. So I'm going to draw the points all over it. It looks a little different. And it's a little bit, has like windy pieces on it. And it's definitely, so I'm going to try twig. T, 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 w, w, twig. Oh, good. Twig. So in nature, you can find a stick or a twig. What else did I find in nature? Oh, I love this one. Look at this one. I found a flower. So some of you are so good at drawing flowers. I already know that. I'm going to try my best to draw a flower. Now my flower might not look exactly like the one in my hand, but I'm just going to try my very best to kind of make it look like that. There it is. flower. Now I'm going to write. I'm going to try to label full, ow, ow. Oh, O-W. That says ow, ow, I know I need a vowel with the R there. I'm going to go with E-R. Flower. So in nature, I can find a stick, a twig, and a flower. Now, your job today is to add all the things that you find to teach us about what you found in nature. If you're ready and you finish this step, feel free to open it up. You can even make your own lines. Look, I'm just going to make lines on the bottom where I could draw a picture on the top and maybe write a sentence on the bottom. This whole book can be about nature, but I want you to take your time today to really observe your materials, make those observations and write them down for the cover of your book. And if you're ready, go ahead and get started on the inside of your book. So maybe I would have a pattern book. Maybe my book would say, this is a stick. Maybe my next page would say, this is a flower. And guess what? If you run out of room, you can always add more. You can get another page. I know I have a dandelion in there, so I'm going to write that. This is a oh, I hear Ann in there. Dandelion. Dandelion. Here's my book. I have a book about nature, and I'll add more details to the front, and I'll add pictures inside to make this a pattern book. This is a stick. This is a flower. This is a dandelion. See if you can write a book to teach us about nature. Just based on the materials you can find outside your house. Maybe in your yard you find grass, or maybe in your yard you find bark from a tree. Make sure you ask your parents to help you gather these materials so you can do it safely, okay? All right, authors, I will see you again on Friday. I can't wait to see what you're writing about. See you next time.